Everyone, and welcome once again to the Pet Show. Is your Chihuahua a little bit too curious? Are you being really harassed by your Himalayan kitten? Does your terrier have you in a tizzy? Well, if you love your dogs or cats, I know you do, you're listening to the Pet Show, and really want to get inside their heads to figure out what they think about, how they react, why they behave the way they do. Or maybe you're just confused about why your dog or cat does certain things or behaves a certain way, or you just want to improve their lifestyle. Either way, you know what to do, right? Stay tuned, because once again, right here, right now, it is time for the Pet Show. America's first and only real pet psychology, pet training, pet behavior, pet lifestyle, go on. This is the show. If you have a question or a comment about your dog or cat, great time to give me a call. Let me tell you, if you have questions about jumping, chewing, barking, digging, litter box issues, cats not getting along, dogs chasing squirrels, which is okay with me, or dogs digging holes. If you got a question about your dog or cat's behavior, that's what this show does. We help you resolve all of those issues that you just might be having with your dog or cat, or as I say every week, all those issues that your dog or cat just might be having with you. So if you have a question or a comment, great time to give me a call. I do have some stuff to give away on today's show as well. Copies of my book, air horns, some t-shirts, some stuff from Acorn Pet Supply. Plenty of stuff to give away, lots of time for your questions. The phone number here at the Pet Show. I think I know it by heart, right? After 45 years, you would think I know it by heart, but I'm looking. 866-870-KRLA. That's 866-870-KRLA. Or if you're into numbers like I am, 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. You know, I always open the show by saying to you guys, if you have questions or comments about your dog, great time, or your cat, great time to give me a call. But I want to hear some of your ideas. What do you think? What would you do? What do you think life would be better for your dog or cat? What can you do to make life better for your dog or cat? Or what situations are you having with your dog or cat that you wish you were able to resolve? Anyway, great time to give me a call. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm laughing because I'm in a t-shirt today. It's going to be 112 degrees where I am today. 113 tomorrow. It's Father's Day, right? 113 degrees. So it's t-shirt time. Oh, wait, but it's okay. I'm in air conditioning. I'm relaxed. The dogs are downstairs sleeping. It's a perfect day. 866-870-KRLA. By the way, if you have a question or a comment, great time to call me. I'll tell you what's coming up on today's show in a second. But if you want to ask me a question, YouTube, we're broadcasting live, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. If you have a question or a comment, want to share a story, or give me advice, I'd love to hear from you. Or if you want to give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. Let me tell you what's coming up on today's show. Put a lot of thought in today's show. I do every week, but this week specifically. It's too hot to go outside, so I spent a lot of time indoors. Life is busy. I have to tell you that, right? Life is busy, and sometimes it is unpredictable. And that's tough enough for people to deal with, but what about our dogs? Today I'm going to take a look at a subject no one else talks about, how our unpredictable lifestyles are affecting our dogs. And let me tell you, folks, it is not good. It is not good. Now, maybe you can deal with unpredictability. Maybe your spouse can deal with unpredictability. Maybe even your kids can deal with unpredictability. But your dogs and cats have a little bit more time. So we're going to take a look at life being busy, sometimes crazy, and how unpredictability. And I think that's part of the reason, if you're a regular listener to the Pet Show, which, by the way, you should be, I think that's part of the reason there are so many more behavioral issues nowadays. People are crazy. They're working out of the home sometimes. They're going here. They're going there. They're doing, everyone is nuts. And it changes their lifestyle. You know, when I was growing up, my mother was home. It's not sound chauvinistic, but that was back then. She did work later on, but she was home. My father would go to work. It was kind of a predictable dog. Go out at a certain time, eat at a certain time. I'd be home from school at a certain time. Not so much anymore. Those times, folks, they are changing. So we're going to talk about unpredictability and your pets. And if you have a question about that, great time to call me, 866-870-KRLA. Now, also coming up, I was talking to someone this week that said to me, the thing you never say to me is my dog has a problem or my cat has a problem, so therefore I'm thinking of getting rid of him. But one of the main reasons, besides litter box issues, that people give up their cats is scratching. Let me tell you once and for all, cat scratching is normal. You're not, cat isn't saying, oh, well, what can I do to PO them? Should I scratch this? No, cat scratching is normal. And if they're scratching the wrong things, it's not their fault. It is your fault. But if your cat's constant scratching and nonstop destruction is destroying your furniture and other items, you're frustrated, maybe even you're angry. Coming up on today, I will share my thoughts and how to provide your cats with proper scratching alternatives. That's right, proper alternatives. Also coming up, my favorite thing in life, it really is, my favorite thing in life is when I get down on the floor or I'm sitting on the couch or in bed and Molly and Willie are up there with me and I'm touching them and playing with them. So today we're going to take a look at this. Let's face it, your dogs love to be touched. And when you find just that right spot, you know what I'm talking about. When you find just that right spot, your dog will be the first to let you know. So the question came up. Does your dog have a favorite spot to be touched? And where is it? Is it the ears? Is it the butt? Is it the chin? Is it the belly? Is it the feet? The paws? What is it? Does your dog have a favorite place to be touched? I'll give you Molly and Willie's secret coming up a little bit later, but I'd like to hear from you guys as well. 866-870-KRLA. Also coming up, our lives can be hectic. We worry about everything and really stress out. What advice would your dogs give you to enjoy life more? Now, we talk about giving advice for your dogs, but what advice would your dogs give you? What we can learn from our dogs and cats coming up a little bit later on today's show. Obviously, as always, plenty of time to answer all of your questions. Got some great stuff to give away on the show as well. So if your pet happens to be jumping, chewing, scratching, confused about the litter box, that new feral cat you rescued, bless you for that. That dog you just adopted isn't totally housebroken. Someone called me this week and said my dog is 63% housebroken. How do you calculate that? How do you figure out the percentage that your dog is housebroken? 63%, 70%. Anyway, your dog doesn't get along with other dogs, and some people and believes that if he sees something, he's got to hump it. Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. So here's the question of the day. What is your pet's favorite spot to be touched? Is it the chin? Is it the butt? Is it the tail? Is it the head? Is it the cheeks? Some dogs like their gums touched, their ears. A lot of dogs love their ears being massaged. What is your dog's and your cat's? For this question, we'll take dogs and cats. What is your dog's or cat's favorite spot to be touched? Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the show. Also coming up, last few weeks, I hadn't been talking a lot about my Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, but the last couple of weeks, I started talking about it. And I've gotten a lot of good response from you guys, and I want to continue doing that because you have no idea how many animals you've helped. And so later on today, I've been doing this the last couple of weeks. Later today, I am going to actually read you two more, and I'm going to do this every week, two more different thank you letters. And we get dozens, but two more thank you letters that we got from listeners and organizations and rescue groups all across the country and thanking you. Well, they're thanking me, but in reality, they're thanking you for making donations to Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, and look at those dogs, just rescued because of your dollars. And this is an organization, I'll read you that letter in a little while. This is Homeless Animals Relief Project in Sanatobia, Mississippi. That's when I tell you, you haven't heard any of these organizations. They're the ones doing the work. They're the ones that deserve your money. The big organizations deserve your bucks too, but they have PR people and marketing people and fundraisers. These people, their fundraiser is a garage sale to raise $50. So I'll read those letters to you a little bit later. And some people have made donations, and bless you for that, because every donation you make to Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund will go out there and help so many dogs and cats in dire straits. So give me a call. Let me know. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Also coming up a little bit later, A lot of people talk about wanting to be a veterinarian when they're in school, in high school, and junior high school. I have the opportunity. I'm so looking forward to this. Coming up Wednesday, what I'll be doing is I'll actually be speaking at a veterinary hospital in Arizona. And what it is that they have an essay contest. And this year it's in 1,000 words or less. Share your story and passion for pursuing a career as a veterinarian or within the veterinary industry. And so people have submitted their essays, and I will be alongside a group of veterinarians at Vistanti Animal Hospital this Wednesday, and the kids will be there with their parents, and it's going to be quite a day, and I'll be answering questions and guiding these kids as well alongside the veterinarians. And they have an opportunity to spend a day with the vets, watching surgical procedures and seeing what veterinarians actually do. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I love when people have a passion for something, and these kids, some of their essays have been absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to that coming up this Wednesday. I'll report back to you next week in terms of what it's like, but it should be an awful lot of fun. Kids of all ages, by the way, not just, high school, junior high school, elementary school. So it should be real interesting. An essay contest. What a way to encourage kids to get involved in the field of veterinary medicine, if that in fact is where they want to go. And before I take my first break, we'll come back to Annette, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me just take this opportunity before I forget, because I know I do. Number one, God bless America and happy Flag Day. And I salute that flag every day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to lift this up a little bit. You can see my little flag behind my back, my flag flying out front. I don't care what your political views are. It's Flag Day. America, Flag Day. Fly that American flag. That's number one. Number two, it's Father's Day. And probably the reason people say, oh, you're such a patriot, Warren, is because of my dad. He died at a very young age. He was 63, 64 when he passed away. I told you before, he spent 6 years in New Guinea in the jungle. He was in 2 plane crashes, 2 Purple Hearts. And when he came back, it wasn't the cuddly father that a lot of people hope for. I don't think he ever, as I said, he never hugged me till the day I left for the service for my own time. But I always knew I was loved. And he was in the auto body and fender business, and that's one of the reasons he died so young, was before OSHA. God knows what he was breathing in back then. But even when I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, I would go to the auto body shop with him, and he would teach me how to use tools, and we would have a ball. And I remember that in the morning time, some of the people that worked alongside of him in the auto body shop would take a coffee break. I think it was like at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And they'd all run to the coffee truck and get their cups of coffee and whatever donut or Danish they were having. And they would always go there and get me a cup of milk and put a top on it and a stir in it, so it looked like I was having coffee alongside with the guys, and I never forgot that. And if I have time later, I'll tell you the story of, my father's name was Charlie. I'll tell you the story of Charlie the dog that I convinced my father into adopting as a guard dog at his body shop. And the only problem was, the only people he guarded the shop from was the people that worked there. I used to sleep with this dog. We'll talk about that a little bit later. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. As I said, plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to weigh. Got some real interesting topics to talk about today. Touch. Touch is important. Dogs really love being with each other and up against each other. So does your dog or cat really have a favorite place to be touched? I'd love to hear from you guys. I think it'll encourage other people to call in if you start calling with those as well. We're going to talk about unpredictability, that coming up also, and providing scratching alternatives. A lot of people in my field tell you how to stop your cat. What do you do? This, stop your cat from scratching, yell, do this, squirt, whatever. Not Warren. Warren's going to tell you that if your cat is scratching things you don't want it to scratch, don't blame it on the cat. Look in the mirror. It's your fault. Phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Or if you prefer, you can email me, or not email, maybe you can go to my YouTube channel and send me a question there. I'll answer it. It's youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. While you're there, subscribe. It's free. I do share a lot of info there as well. So check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, or give me a call, 866-870-5752, 870-KRLA. Quick break, then right back to your calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. See you later as the show goes on, but I'm not going to tell you right now. What is your dog or cat's favorite spot to be touched? I want to know. And also coming up, I'm going to talk a little bit later. Thousands of dogs I've trained. Thousands and thousands of dogs I've trained. We're going to talk about class clowns in a little bit. But right now, let's go to Annette in Linwood. Hi, Annette. Welcome to The Pet Show.
Hey, Warren, how are you?
I am doing pretty darn well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Great to
What
be
can I do
speaking
for
with
you? What's up?
I need help.
All right.
After three litters, I finally caught a feral cat. I have 5 of those cats from the previous litters because I couldn't rehome them. I couldn't find homes for them, so I have them. They're living a fabulous life. Well, I finally caught the mother and her last litter. She has 3 kittens, and I was planning on catching her because I bought a 3 by 5.5 by 7 foot tall catio, planning to put her and her kittens in there. And I got her. I threw her in with their cats, and now they're all there living happily. And the babies, I get them out. I put them in a bigger catio to run around. But the mom, it's going to be 9 weeks now.
So is your question to me is how you can find homes for them?
No. How do I get her out of this? I can get her fixed. I got the vet all lined up, ready to spay her.
Well, there's a couple of different.
Without getting hurt.
In other words, you can't touch her at all?
No. And she hisses at me when I get close, especially when her babies are there. And it's not until she goes up to the top layer and relaxes there, and then I can open the door, get the kittens out.
How old are the kittens? How old are the kittens?
The kittens are 8 weeks today.
Okay. First of all, a couple of things I don't want to do. I don't want to really stress the mother out. She just had a litter of kittens 8 weeks ago, okay? So we don't want to overly stress her out. I would have a conversation either with your vet about possibly using some type of a mild sedative to get her in. If you can, that would be my best approach. Now, there are some great organizations. This has been coming up a lot on the Pet Show. And I used to have a list in front of me. If someone, and last week a woman called up and she had a bunch of kittens that she found, and Yvette from Valley Cats called and was willing to help, and thank you, Yvette, for doing that. I need a group of people that are willing to help these people that are in fact rescuing these feral cats out there. You guys need help. I can hear it every single week, and forget the emails and texts I get every week. So I want more. If there's organizations out there that can help, I want to hear more about you. I know what you're doing, and I know it's hard, and I know everyone's inundated, but if you can help, please help. So my recommendation to you, number one, would be to contact one of the organizations that may have a vet on staff, or what I would recommend is speak to a vet, see if they can give you some type of sedative so that you can get the cat in and finally have him spayed, or neutered rather, or spayed. That's what I would recommend at this point. Not easy, and it's not the answer I know everybody wants, but there are so many great organizations here in Southern California, and people like yourself just have trouble finding them. I have trouble finding them. So if there's groups out there, send me your names. Let me help you out. Maybe I can get some donations for you guys, or whatever I need to do. So just send it to me. Send me an email, mail at thepetshow.com. So that's what I would recommend at this point, Annette, is contact some of the organizations, or definitely contact a local veterinarian. And some of these organizations, it's interesting, some of these organizations have great veterinarians that work with them. And those veterinarians would be able to guide you as well. So that would be my best recommendation at this point.
Great. Well, the good news is that I caught the father, and I got him fixed.
All right. Well, you're such an incredible, Annette. You know what it says to me? It says to me that there are a lot of people out there that talk the talk, and there's some people out there that really walk the walk. And you're one of those people that doesn't just talk about it, but you're out there doing it. And you're the type of people that I think deserve the biggest thank yous ever. The ones that are doing the individual work to get no fanfare whatsoever. So anyway, Annette, what I want you to do is I'm going to hang up on you, but I want you to send me your name and your address to mail at thepetshow.com, mail@thepetshow.com, and we'll have some groups out there. Maybe someone has some more advice than I'd even give you to help you out at this point. Now, my friend Joy from Rescue Me Inc., which, by the way, I serve on the board for, and I just love the group, and I love Joy, too. Husband's okay. Rescue Me, Craig, I love you. Says that Fix Nation is great, but hard to get into as they are busy. So I would at least start the ball rolling now. Contact Fix Nation. I guess it's fixnation.org. I remember when they first opened up, I did that grand opening many years ago, but I haven't spoken to them in years, so I have no idea.
Right. Well, I was concerned of her being stressed, being in that patio. That's another concern that I have. But
well, give her a lot of different things to investigate at that point. Let's get her spayed and as fast as we can. Bless you for what you do. Send me that email and we'll try to guide you a little bit further. Let's see who else is down. Okay, great. Yeah, so that's what I would do at this point. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. You know, I think that I've been on the air with you guys now 45 years. And the hardest part for me is when I don't have the opportunity to give you an immediate resolution. I mean, I get hundreds of these every day. And you know, I should bring Denise on. I should say when she wakes up, there's tears in my eyes because I can't do it. And that's why there are so many great people out there, Joy and Yvette, and so many people out there that and Fix Nation. But you have to let the public know you're available. You have to let them know. And if it's a matter of donations, then we'll have to get the public to donate more. But we have to let people know. How many people would do more to save more cats if they knew that there was a group or something that was going to help them? Yeah, I get it. Everyone's busy. I've yet to hear one person I spoke to this week that said, I'm not busy. I don't care what profession they're in, what they do. Everyone is busy. So check out Fix Nation. Hopefully they'll be able to help you out a little bit. If not, they can guide you a little bit. I remember years ago when I lived in New York, thank God I lost my accent, but when I lived in New York, I was organizing a group, not a group, but some people that was like a clearinghouse. It was a clearinghouse for people that needed advice, not behavioral advice, that's me, but behind on adopting or rescuing or perhaps spaying and neutering. Who does it? Where to go? There was a clearinghouse. Is there one that I don't know about? There probably is in Southern. There's got to be. Shoot me an email, mail@thepetshow.com, or call me 866-870-KRLA if you know of an organization or a group or someone here that does. And I believe in New Jersey, it was just one person that had all this information together and was able to kind of guide people. And I used to send people to her all the time, and she was really able to help them out. So give me a call. Let me know. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me take a quick break, and we'll get right back to you, Gary, in beautiful Huntington Beach. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is the Pet Show. Number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I see Annette's calling me back. Gary, Huntington Beach. That's an interesting call. I see someone's asking me a question on my YouTube, and it says, Evening, Warren. Well, it's not evening yet, but anyway, I have a question. Why does my French bulldog sneak behind people on the sofa and yank on their heads and won't let go? He knows no one likes it, but he does it anyway. Chances are when people are sitting on your sofa and your Frenchie is pulling on their head or their hair, you're correcting the dog for doing that. I have to assume that's what's going on because it hurts. By doing that, what you're in fact doing is reinforcing the dog's behavior. Attention is attention is attention. To a dog or a kid, it's still attention, positive or negative. So what do? Well, you give all your company hats or shave their heads. Or what I really recommend that you do at this point, number one, is make sure the dog gets a tremendous amount of exercise before people come over. I would find 1 or 2 items that the dog only gets when people are sitting on the sofa, and I would put them in a different location. And if the dog really becomes obstinate what I would do is rather than say, no, 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 bad dog, phooey, what did you do? That's not going to work at that point. As I said, he's getting attention for it. Remove the dog, put the dog on his harness and lead, practice some basic training with him, take him back off. If he goes back to it, put him back on, and eventually he will realize that that behavior is going to get him this effect. That's the way to resolve it. But yelling and screaming, not the way to approach it. And I kind of think it's funny. I would like to borrow your dog to keep some of my friends off of my sofa. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let's go to, I'll go to you in a second, Annette, but let me go to Gary first in Huntington Beach. Hey, Gary, welcome to the Pet Show.
Thank you, Warren. Silly question from a silly guy. Can dogs and cats be left-handed or right-handed?
And they can be left-pawed or right-pawed. I don't know if they can be left-handed or right-handed, but they can be left-pawed or right-pawed. Here's the bottom line, okay? Just like with people, there are certain dogs that prefer their left paw and certain dogs that prefer their right paw. Years ago, I did some work with the Animal Medical Center in Manhattan, and we're trying to figure out, is there any specific reason for that? And there really isn't. What we did find out, though, is that male dogs have a tendency more, just a little tendency, very slight, to be more left-pawed than right-pawed, where female dogs have a little bit more of a tendency to be right-pawed than left-pawed. But the answer to your question is, and not a stupid question at all, Gary, the answer to your question is, can dogs be left-pawed or right-pawed, or as you put it, left-handed or right-handed? The answer is absolutely yes. What do you think about that?
Well, that's interesting. I haven't really watched our little Cairn Terrier for that information, but I'm going to start. Now you're going
to. So we have a little Cairn Terrier, a little Toto dog, huh? They're great dogs. I love
Rachmaninoff von Strudel.
What do you call it? All these dogs have these long names, and they call it Dog Joe. It never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, I'm assuming you walk the Cairn Terrier. So Gary, don't go anywhere. I'm going to do this. First of all, does she have a favorite spot to be touched in?
I can get the leg going.
Rubbing the belly?
A little bit south middle of the belly.
South, boy, are we exact. South middle of the belly. I love you, Gary. Listen, don't go anywhere, Gary. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you one of those little air horns you hear me talk about. You're walking a small dog, a Cairn Terrier. God forbid you come across a coyote, a crazy person in Huntington Beach, or stray dog. The air horn may be just what you need to save your little dog. So it's on its way to you, Gary, an air horn, and I really do appreciate that phone call. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me go back to Annette. She wants to tell me our dog's favorite spot. Hey, Annette, what did I forget to ask you?
Yes, my dogs have 4. They're also rescued from the streets. They like the belly, and the cats like behind the ear.
The belly and behind the ear. So you have it all figured out which one likes what? I
have it all figured out.
Well, Annette, listen, I want you to. We're going to lose you, I know. So give me a listen.
Button. Somebody's pushing a button.
No, I got to move on. So I want you to send me that email. Send me that email, and we'll see what we can do to figure out how to help those cats out there. 866-870-KRLA. Fern in Pasadena, I will get to you. Just bear with me, maybe a couple of minutes. I will also, Christie, in Gardena, I will get to your call as well. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA. Before I go anywhere, though, I want to share this with you. I've worked, and I don't mean this from an ego point of view, but I've worked with literally, I've worked with thousands and thousands of dogs all over the world. Most of the time, in a lot of situations, they were in group class situations. And when I served as the head trainer for the International YMCA, some of the classes were pretty darn large. 20, 30, 50, 60 dogs in a class. That's why my hair's gray. And in every single, and this is for every trainer out there, in every single class I did, there was always one puppy or one adult dog that was in fact the class clown. I know this because that's what I was in school. And people are, well, he's stupid. Look at this. I've heard trainers say, you can't teach the dog. He's not as smart as the other dog. He's doing this, he's doing that. Let me tell you something right off the bat. These dogs, these class clowns, are usually the brightest ones, but they can challenge. They can challenge even the most seasoned trainer. And I've always said this to people. Look how smart my dog is. Look how easy he is to train. I always say this. The more difficult a dog is to train, generally speaking, the more intelligent that dog is. Let's look at it from a human point of view. If I told you right now to go out and wash my car, never mind, I know what you would say. But if I told someone that might not be as smart to do it, I might get a response. So people with intelligence, dogs with intelligence, cats with intelligence, cows with intelligence, they're always sometimes a little bit more challenging, a little bit more questioning in terms of what you want, what kind of response you want from them. That's the way it is. Class clown. Anyone out there have a class clown they want to talk about? Give me a call. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Yeah, I have two right here. Molly, not so much the class clown. Willie, I'm telling you, if he had clown shoes, he'd be wearing them on all 4 feet. He is the biggest clown. For a little dog that weighs, 9 pounds? He drives me crazy in a good way. He drives me crazy in a good way because I love his antics and I love his challenges and I love his look at me and I love his "you're talking to me, Warren" attitude. I just love that about my dog. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me do this. Am I behind the break, Alice? Okay, let's take a quick break, then back to your calls. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. 70-KRLA. I get this question, and it wasn't a question, but one of my listeners on YouTube is Hula Beulah. Who knew? Hula Beulah. And she said, it's have a good evening. And I'm saying, no, it's day. She's calling from London, England. No wonder it's a little bit later there. Thank you. And keep listening. I love London. What a great city. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the show. Let me do this before we go any further. We've been talking about, does your dog or cat have a favorite spot to be touched? Here is the list I've received from my listeners across the U.S. and Canada. Does your dog or cat have a favorite place to be touched? Is it the ears? Is it the chest? Is it the groin? Is it the front of the tail, behind the ears, under the chin, the belly, the temple, the leg pits, or other? Give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. I still got some stuff to give away. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Let's go to my friend Fern in Pasadena. Hi, Fern. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yes. Hi, Warren. I feel I'm in a sort of a predicament. Not really. I know I will not. I won't give away this little doggy. What happened? I had a dog that I adopted from a neighbor. Asked me to take her, and when she was 9, and then she lived till 20, and that was just recently. So I called that a neighbor. I'm not living in that same area, but she was still friendly. And then she said, my daughter has a friend whose mother can't keep another nice little dog. Would you like to meet her?
Okay, so Fern, let me stop you for a sec. I don't want to run out of time. So you obviously a big animal lover. No. Let me finish. You called the friend that you had helped the dog with last time. She said her daughter has a dog. You wound up taking this dog again, and so you have this dog now. Is that your question for me? What to do now?
Well, basically, they really didn't give me all the information about her. They made it seem as if she was all, I asked, does she have her shots or whatever? And they said, well, she's 3 years old. So then I assumed, well, then it turns out that she didn't have her shots, but then also she wasn't even spayed or neutered. And then the people had her have 5 babies, and then they came. They didn't even.
Okay, but what is it? What is it you want me to do now?
Okay,
do you want me to help you get them spayed?
Okay, now she is. She was freaked out from the beginning because they just dropped her, and then she was afraid of me, sort of. But now she came back around, but she's erratic. So sometimes she will she's very loving and I love her. But then also she will sometimes, like unexpectedly, if I'm just going to pet her, she'll nip at me, and then other times she'll come and lick me.
Okay, so there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different things going on here. Number one is we don't know the background. They had the dog for 3 years. They never had the dog vaccinated or spayed.
Right.
That ought to tell you something
Right.
about the socialization and
know.
the care.
And
That's number one. Number two,
Right.
that could cause a lot of behavioral issues that you're having right now. So the first thing I'm
Right.
going to recommend is let's get this dog spayed. Let's make sure she has her shots. Let's get the dog to a vet and make sure everything is okay. Sometimes the behavior that you're displaying to me could be an issue medically. I don't know that. Okay, but let's get her to the vet. Let's get the spaying. Let's get the vaccinations. Let the vet give you a checkup. And then if the behavior is still there, call me back and I can resolve this behavior easily. Just a matter of more socializing at an older age. But right now, let's take care of her physically before we take care of the emotional end, because the physical may be causing the behavioral.
Okay, well, she is acting nicely. I take her for walks and
great.
feed her, and they love her.
And Fern,
She's
bless you,
nice.
bless you, Fern, bless you for doing that. Listen, my heart is for you people like you that have the one flaw in their life. The word no doesn't come out of our mouths, so I get it. But I think at this point, I want to help you as much as possible. You live in Pasadena. Pasadena Humane Society has some amazing programs. Contact them for spaying. Contact them for vaccinations. Lucy Pet does free vaccination neuter clinics around too, so contact Lucy Pet. They might be able to help you. Let's get the dog spayed. Let's get the dog vaccinated. Then you call me back and I'll guide you a little bit further in terms of the behavior.
Okay, because I know she's sweet and nice, and I'm not going to let her go.
Yeah.
But it's
No,
very
she's with you for.
difficult 'cause I'm afraid to try to have people bathe her because she might nip at them. Or
Let's do one thing at a time. How long have you had the dog now?
Only about 2 months. Not
Okay,
even.
let's give the dog some time to decompress. We don't know what the dog went through. They had the dog for 3 years. Obviously, the dog's traumatized either with lack of attention or whatever. Let's get the dog to the vet. Let's get the spaying done. Let's get the vaccinations. You call me back, and I promise.
Okay.
I promise.
And get her hormones going down. She's not even. She had a period. I didn't realize I was.
Well, there you go. That's what. Let's get it done right now. In the meantime, I really do appreciate that phone call. God, I love my listeners, but we sometimes don't realize how incredible that my listeners are. What they put themselves through every day to save the lives. I mean, we have a lot of fun and we joke a lot, and I try to help you as much as we can. But you're not going to find people anywhere with hearts as big as the hearts of those people listening to the Pet Show. And for those people out there that say, well, maybe you love animals more than you love people, let me respond to you. In a study that I was involved in, people that work in the field or volunteer in the field of animal rescue are the same people that volunteer, donate, and work in the field of human rescue. So God bless them either way. I appreciate their work. Let me do this. Let me take a quick break, and then we'll get back to all your calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. Dennis, I'm probably going to hold you over to the next hour, but let me go to Christie right now, see if I can help out Christie. It's the third call I've gotten like this probably today. Hey, Christie, welcome to the show.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Christy, like you're right next to me. So let me just say, from my computer screen, I am reading that you want me to guide you to help a cat on your street. Tell me about the cat.
Well, actually, it's more than one. Okay, apparently there's an elderly man that lives down the street from me that has been feeding some cats. Okay, so first it was one cat, then became two. Well, you know the story. I've been helping this guy out to feed these cats and give them water. It's a little bit overwhelming now. I already took one in already, and a neighbor of mine took another one, and I took one to a rescue. But we need help. We don't know what to do. It's getting overwhelming for this person.
Obviously, this is a big issue.
The problem is that now they're following me home, And I have another cat named Noah. He has anxiety disorder. When I brought Summer to the house, at first first was chaos.
Yeah, but let's get to the resolution. It's not so much about your cat; it's about finding what we can do to help these other cats out. And I answer this question every single week. There are so many organizations in Southern California. I'm not talking about some place in Virginia, but there's some great organizations out there. Have you contacted the organizations? Have they refused to help you? Have they said we'll help? Have they guided you? What's the situation when you call these groups?
Well, I email one organization, but they never respond back.
All right, no, no. Listen, God bless you. I love you and I adore what you do. Okay, but what I'm going to recommend that you do is you can go to my website, thepetshow.com. There's a list of humane organizations and rescue organizations. Send every single one, call every single one. There are some amazing people out there willing to help you, but just texting or emailing one is not the way to go. And for those organizations out there that do have the ability to help, let me know. You hear the calls I'm getting every week. Inundated. The shelters are full of cats. There's cats on the street. If you're one of those groups that can help these people, educate these people, whatever you can do, let me know. That's why I do this show, not just to answer your behavior questions, but to help animals get homes or get spayed and get help. Listen, send me an email. I'll try to guide you a little bit further. I got to take a break for the top of the hour, but if you work with a rescue group, let me know if you can help. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm Warren Eckstein. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show, America's first and only real pet psychology, pet training, pet behavior, pet lifestyle. If you have a question or comment want to share with me, great time to give me a call. I do got some stuff to give away, some copies of my best-selling books from Random House, either How to Get Your Dog or How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want. I got some T-shirts to give away that say, none of my friends walk upright. Believe me, none of mine do. I got some great air horns to give away, some calming discs and recovery products from the good people over at Acorn Pet Products. So if you have a question or comment, great time to give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm going to try to get to some of my topics this day. But, we've had a lot of calls the last couple of weeks with people that are doing what they can do with their hearts and their souls to save animals, but they don't know where to go. Now, the last couple of calls I got were people asking me specifically about what they can do. They have cats that need to be spayed or neutered, or some feral cats. And I know it's hard, but I just Googled on my phone, okay? I just Googled cat rescue Los Angeles. And I'm sure that a lot of them can't help you, but there's a list of literally dozens and dozens and dozens of organizations that are out there. A lot of them out there. So what I would recommend is that, obviously, every once in a while we get lucky and someone calls me up and one of my listeners can resolve the problem by adopting or spaying and neutering. But go online, figure out that's what these people are there to do. They're there to help you. Why do you think you're donating your money to these groups? So they can help you out. They're all inundated. They're all full. I know they're all crazy, but contact enough of them and hopefully someone will be able to help you out. Now, if sometimes I sound frustrated about that, I'm talking to you in Southern California right now. As soon as I get off the air here, I'll be talking to people in New York, in Nevada, in Oregon, in Chicago, in Atlanta on my national show. And this is not a problem that just exists here in Southern California. It's all over the country. And I don't get it. We've been preaching spaying and neutering for how many years, and there are still so many animals? I don't get it. Anyway, can someone tell me what's going on out there? 866-870-KRLA. The phone number. The question of the day is, what is your dog or cat's favorite place to be petted? I want to know. Give me a call, 866-870-5752. And as I said, I got some T-shirts to give away. I can't believe the colors that my office has put together. Black, navy, red, charcoal, dark, heather, purple, tropical blue, forest green, maroon. God, I don't even know what these colors are. But when you go to my website, thepetshow.com, and you order one of these T-shirts, the majority of that money is going directly to the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund to fund small organizations that help people spay and neuter and rescue animals out there. So when you donate to Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, helping those organizations, and you're helping my listeners to be able to find those organizations that are walking the walk. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Before we go any further, I wanted to share this with you. Things that we can learn from our dogs. Live your purpose, whatever that purpose may be. Dogs understand that their purpose is to be our loyal friends and protectors. We should do the same for them. Number 2, be present. Be there now. Don't say, I'll play with you later. Your dog's coming to you now. Your cat's coming to you now. Be there for them right now. Be childlike. Get down on all fours and play with them the way they want to play. Be playful. That's critical. And don't wait. Do it now. Right now. You know, it's interesting how we talk about our pets, but if you were to take a video into my house, by the way, I'm not encouraging that, but if you were to bring a video into my house, I would venture to say, you know, I have 2 small dogs right now, Molly and Willie. I should bring them up here. I spend 80% of my day on my hands and knees. 80%. Anybody out there with small dogs do the same thing as me? I don't have a pair of jeans that don't have holes in it. Okay. When I go to stand up, my back says, you better spend some more time on altar. It's just me. I'm a little eccentric. I just want to be as close to my pets as possible. I've always been that way, as close to Molly, as close to Willie, as close to members Cisco and Skylar and Rio and all the dogs and cats I've had and pigs over the years. I just want to be as close as I possibly can. And sometimes that means spending a lot of time on the floor. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Let me get back to the busy phone lines now. Let's go to Dennis in Castaic. Hi, Dennis. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Warren.
What can I do for you, Dennis?
Well, I got a couple beautiful, lovely rescues, and one of them's turned into a little bit of a poop eater. And I was just kind of wondering what causes that and how do I solve it?
Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons for poop eating. Now, you say they're rescues. How old was the dog that's eating his poop? How old was he when you adopted him or rescued him?
It's 2 females, a mother and a daughter. I got them about 3 months ago, and the one that's the poop eater is probably about a year old.
And where did you get them from?
Local shelter.
Okay. Very often, especially when you have 2 dogs like this that might have been neglected, sometimes poop eating is nothing more than a matter of survival. That's number 1. Sometimes poop eating could be due to some type of internal parasites. It can be due to medical issues. So there's a lot of reasons that dog will eat poop. It's also possible that the dog will eat poop because it was overly corrected for accidents where it previously lived. That's all part of it. But there are so many reasons that dogs, it's called capophagy, a lot of reasons. They're not digesting their food properly. They're not getting the nutrition they needed. So it's very possible that now that the dog has been with you for 3 months, it's going back to behaviors it did, survival behaviors it did before it found your home and the good home that it has right now. There's a lot of different things you can do. Number 1 is I recommend making sure you check diet and make sure the dog is getting the best nutrition you can possibly give him. That's number 1. Number 2, no pun intended, is not to give him the opportunity. The less opportunity you give him, the quicker we can get a resolution. So, for example, if you're letting him outside, if you walk him, try to clean it up as soon as you can. I forgot to ask you, is he eating his own poop or the other dog's poop?
That I'm not sure of.
See, that tells me you're not cleaning up fast enough. So what we need to do is find that out, because if he's eating the mother's poop, that's a whole different ball game than if he's eating his poop. One is a puppy thing, and so it's a lot of difference there. So I would really try to keep it as clean as you possibly can. Another thing I would recommend is there are deterrents on the market. There's bit of this, bit of that. You might want to try some of the deterrents. There's a product you can get from your veterinarian. One is called Forbid. Another one is called Deter. And basically it goes into their food and it makes their poop come out tasting horrible, like it tastes good to begin with. But if the dog isn't digesting their food properly, or if the dog was not being cared for properly where it previously lived, that's all indicative of possible reasons. But as I said, it could be medical issues as well. So when you go to the vet, talk to them about it. They may recommend Deter. They may recommend that you use Forbid or one of those products. But the best thing that you can do right now is clean up both as soon as you possibly can. See if that doesn't help you resolve the issue. But I definitely think at this point, check the nutrition, check with the vet. I think, and bless you for taking these 2. How did you wind up taking these 2 dogs?
Well, I had the last of 4 dogs. I had a female long-haired miniature dachshund. He passed away, and then I go, do I really want any more dogs? And about 5 days went by, and I go, I can't be without dogs.
You have that right.
I went to the shelter.
Yeah, so
them. They were at the shelter, and I took both of them.
God bless, first of all, God bless you. I have the best listeners in the world, but in reality, there's a lot, as I said, there's a lot of different reasons for poop eating, and a lot of people try a lot of different things. They yell at the dog for doing it. The dog's already anxious at that point, so that's not the way to go. What I'm going to do is you adopted these 2 dogs. You know what, Dennis, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put you on, I don't know what I want to do here. I'm not sure what I want to do. You know what, I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you, because you adopted these dogs and I adore people that do it, I'm going to send you a T-shirt that says, "None of my friends walk upright." Color-wise, I have no idea. But we'll send you a T-shirt that says, "None of my friends walk upright." And I really do appreciate that phone call. Let me do this. I'm going to get to you. MM, I guess there's overrun by hamsters. I'll get to your call in a couple of minutes. But first, I want to do this before I run out of time because it's so important to me. And your response was overwhelming. All right, now listen. You know I have my own 501c3 Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund. And if you're new to the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, let me tell you what we do. I have the ability, thanks to you and God bless you, of raising money. When I raise money, what I do is it goes directly to the smaller organizations all across the United States. Organizations, as I say every week, you've never heard of. Organizations in Iowa, Montana, Virginia, West Virginia, Florida, Southern California, Northern. Organizations, little groups that you've never heard of that are 501c3s, but have no time or ability to raise their own funds. So they have a garage sale, or they have a bake sale, or a white elephant sale to raise a few bucks to spay a dog or to neuter a dog or to rescue a dog, or even just to put gas in their rescue car or rescue van, whatever they use. And that's where we come in. When I say we, I mean you and me. My Hugs and Kisses AnimalFund.org, okay, the money goes directly to these small mom and pop shelters that are 501c3. And let me just tell you, and every week I'm going to do this, because these people are so thankful for everything we do. Let me read you a couple of letters, and then I'll tell you how you can help me out. This letter comes from Homeless Animal Relief Project in Sanatobia, Mississippi. Thank you for your grant we received recently for spay-neuter surgery for cats in our community. Many of our cats are elderly, many of our owners are elderly, low-income, unemployed, and or had a situation being dumped at their home or business in rural Mississippi. We're able to trap these cats, and thanks to donors like Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, these owners and caretakers would not be able to keep the cats and trap them if it were not for your donations. So I want to tell, please let me know if you have any other questions. This is from Denise Bynum, who's the director of the Homeless Animal Relief Project. Never would have been able to do what they do. Never would be able to continue doing what they do if it were not you, for my listeners. And God bless you. This is Homeless Animal Relief in Mississippi. Let me share one more with you, okay? And then I'll tell you what you can do to help me out. In the meantime, I have some lines open if you have questions. 866-870-KRLA. Dear Denise, it's my wife. Dear Denise, and hugsandkisses.org. Thank you so much for your generous donation. These have been incredibly tough times for us, being inundated with medical bills, boarding emergencies, and more without the ability to public fundraising event since the onset. Your mission, I stated, is your donation letter is amazing. We were so surprised and pleased and also grateful for an organization like yours that will help us out. Thank you for supporting our mission and recognizing Passion for Paws. Let me tell you, this is Passion for Paws, and they are located, where were they located? Why don't I have it here? They are located somewhere, okay? Anyway, this is an organization probably in the South somewhere, or probably up in Northern California. Anyway, thank you for that. And your donations really make all the difference in the world. I can do so much, but your dollars and cents really make a difference. So what I'd like you to ask you to do, if you can make a donation, it's tax deductible. The money goes, you know where it goes. I support a lot of it with my own funds. Go to hugsandkissesanimalfund.org. hugsandkissesanimalfund.org. PayPal, check, whatever you need to do. If you prefer, you can go directly to my website, thepetshow.com. There's a click through to Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund.org as well. Just so you know, at the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, there's no salaried employees. No one takes any money. The money, other than a few expenses, goes directly to these small organizations like the ones I just read to you. And God bless them for what they do. And they never would have been able to do it without you, my listeners, and your incredibly generous support. And bless you for doing that. And I can continue reading these letters. I get hundreds. We can continue reading these letters every week, and I'm going to, because I need your help, and I'm asking for it. And you know, when you make a donation to Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund.org, you have my word, that money's going to the organizations that need it the most, the small mom and pops all across the United States. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. I do have some open lines if you have a question or comment. If you want to ask me a question, by the way, on YouTube, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. By the way, not my new Facebook page, but if you follow me on Facebook, I have several pages, but the one I kind of post a lot on now is, simply to make it simple, facebook.com/Warren Eckstein, facebook.com/Warren Eckstein. Quick break, then back to your calls, and we're also going to talk about unpredictability and how it affects your dogs on Warren Eckstein. This is KRLA, the phone number. It's interesting, but this report recently came out that pet health care prices are so high that many owners are skipping treatments now. According to this story in USA Today, whether your best friend is a dog or a cat, owners are getting more finicky about the cost of their pet's health care. More than half of owners, including those in high-earning households, have skipped necessary veterinary care in the previous year or declined recommended treatment at some point in the past, mostly because of the associated costs. This according to a national study. So people are actually skipping the veterinary care of their dogs and cats because of the costs of veterinary care. Kind of interesting. I hope that changes. Let me get right to the phones here. We'll go to Eminem, then we'll go to Steve. Eminem, welcome to the Pet Show.
Yes, hello, Warren. I've been meaning to call you for a number of weeks. I have a hamster problem. I was given 3 hamsters, and now there's probably 33. And I can't find anybody. Teachers used to take hamsters. They used to, for the kids and everything, and now nothing. And I've got them a pet store that it used to be a Red Barn. I think it's called Teresa's now. I think it's Woodland Hills, and they're wonderful. But I gave them 15 because thinking it would build a business, that they could, and they only sold 5, so nobody wants them.
Let me see if I can help you out a little bit. Actually. I was actually kicked out of college because of hamsters and guinea pigs. This is a true story, and I've shared it before, and I'll share it again, and I'll tell you what to do. I went to Long Island University. It wasn't called that back then. It was called C.W. Post College on Long Island.
Oh, I knew it. Yes.
Oh, in Greenville, Long Island. Anyway, when I was there, my major was human psychology. And the psychology department was doing research on the use of different types of drugs on hamsters and gerbils and guinea pigs, which really got me PO'd. I said, this is crazy. If you want to do experimentation with drugs, do them on yourself. Leave the animals alone, which my professor was not too thrilled about. And when I didn't get the results I got, and boy, thank goodness time has passed, I actually broke into the laboratory and I released hundreds and hundreds of hamsters and gerbils that ran all over C.W. Post College and probably are still running all CW College because I refused to let them be tested. Anyway, actually they did kick me out. Here's my resolution. Number 1 is I would definitely recommend contacting, there's got to be one, has to be one. Every city has a rodent and rescue society. I would contact the Southern California, Los Angeles, whatever it is, Rescue and Rodent Authority or organization, not really authority, organization. They will be able, hopefully, to guide you a little bit.
I've tried.
Well, you got to keep trying. There's no such thing as trying. There's only resolutions, okay? You got to keep. If I was frustrated every time I called somebody, I'd never get anything done. I want you to keep calling them.
Little white mice with no tails. They're
well,
they have red eyes. I don't know what kind they are. They just, but they're all they want to do is play and have fun and
I know. Listen, and they deserve to play and have fun.
Give them to the pet stores that serve them to snakes.
Listen, I got it. Listen, I agree with you. I'm on your side, Eminem. Listen to me carefully. Contact the Southern California or the Los Angeles Rodent Rescue. There's got to be one. There has to be one. Let them work with you a little bit. Let them at least separate the males and the females for you, and so that you don't keep breeding.
Which is supposed to be their nipples.
There's more involved. I can't, Eminem. I can't sex. Eminem, yeah. I can't sex your hamsters over the phone. I'd have to see them, but I would definitely recommend you contact a local rescue rodent organization. If anyone out there knows a number, give me. I got to move on, but if anyone out there knows a number for them, please give me a call. I would love to hear from you. It's an interesting call, and I understand the frustration. A lot of people don't understand that sometimes when you bring these hamsters or donate hamsters and other animals and even rabbits sometimes, they're used as food for the snakes. I have nothing against snakes, but that's just not my game. So again, I would recommend that you contact a local Los Angeles, or if someone has a better name for me. I work with every state in the country, so if there's a better name or an organization out there that you know of that I don't know of, email me. Shoot me an email right now. Call me, 866-870-KRLA. I'll put you on the air. We need to help this woman out. I understand what she's going through. Her heart, her soul is exactly in the right place, saving these animals as best she can. It's exactly in the right place. But again, she needs some help. And sometimes help is not that easy to find. I'm hearing that all day today. Can't find help for my cats, can't find help for my dogs. Now I can't find help for my hamsters. There are some pretty amazing organizations in Southern California, probably some of the best rescues in the entire country. But people got to know about you. If they don't know about you, and I know you're full and I know you're inundated, but maybe you can guide them in another way. But they got to know you exist. If they don't know you exist, they know you exist when you're looking for donations. I get it. We all need donations. But they have to know you exist at other times. When they call you, have someone either answer the phone or direct them. We can't help you, but try this. We can't do this, but try that. Rather than just let the phone ring and ring and ring and ring. You heard Eminem. She's desperate. She loves these hamsters. She wants to give them the best home they possibly can have. But she can't have 30 of them. She needs help. Who's going to help her? Who is going to help her? There's got to be organizations. I'd love to hear from you guys as well. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Hey, Steve, don't go anywhere. I got to take a quick break, then I'll get you your call. I sound a little frustrated today, don't I? I don't know why. It's been a great week and a lot of things, found a lot of homes, but it's kind of hitting home right now that there are so many organizations out there that my wife Denise just handed me a note that says you can try South Bay Rodent Rescue. South Bay Rodent Rescue. Here's their phone number, 424-571-9530. I knew they existed. South Bay Rodent Rescue. If they can help, I'm sure they can guide you. South Bay Rodent Rescue. God bless you guys. Let me know. Maybe we'll be able to send you a donation. Phone number 424-571-9530. 424-571-9530. By the way, that second letter I wrote, that thank you note to the Hugs and Kisses AnimalFund.org, was from Passion for Paws. They were located, my mistake, they were located in the rural areas of the great state of Vermont. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. A quick break, then we'll get right back to your phone calls and answer some more of your questions. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. 70 KRLA, 866-870-5752. Broadcasting from Arizona, where it's going to be, I believe, 113 or 114 degrees today. It's going to be hot all over. When you take your dogs out, be aware of that. I spoke to one of the vets this week. It's incredible to me how many people's dogs burnt their feet because they walked them on the hot too long. Test it first. Walk out barefoot. If you burn your feet, then it's too hot for your dog. You have to burn your feet, but if it's too hot for you, I go out in the backyard. What I do is before I let Molly and Willie out, I hose the backyard down with water. I walk on it myself to make sure it's cool enough. And when the water evaporates, I bring them right back in the house. Great time to call me, by the way. If you have a question or a comment, I thought people would respond more to whether or not their dog or cat has a favorite spot to be touched. So let me toss that out again. Does your dog or your cat have a favorite spot to be touched? I do got some T-shirts to give away, some air horns to give away. I haven't given away any books today. I haven't given away any calming disc from acornpets.com. So if you have a question or a comment, I just want to answer that. Does your dog or cat have a favorite spot to be massaged or touched or even kissed? Give me a call. Let me know. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let's go to Steve in Long Beach. Hi, Steve. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi, Warren. I talked to you, I'm going to say 3 or 4 months ago. A feral cat showed up in my yard, and I was trying to figure out what to do or how to get rid of it. Excuse me. And you suggested to feed it often and to talk to it. And this cat now is crazy about living here. She runs out to my car when I get home. When I'm standing near her, she comes over, rubs up against my leg. And as to where she likes to be scratched, it's on her back. And that's really my question. So when I'm sitting, she'll come up to me, rub up against me, and I rub her back. But when I get up, and it's happened twice now, get up to her neck, that's okay. But if I rub the top of her head, she turns and bites at me and scratches me. So should I just forget about that, or is there a trick to try and calm her down?
Well, it's kind of interesting, and I don't know. Again, this was a cat that was outside, correct? So we don't know if this cat has gone through any type of abuse or anything in the past. Maybe other cats have gone after its head. Maybe people have thrown. I don't know. What I would do, and I'm so glad to hear you called in. I'm so glad to hear about that. But I want you to know that what you're doing is you just made my day. So let me explain this to you, okay? Number one is I'm glad she loves being touched. She's rubbing on you, not just because she wants to rub on you. She's putting her scent on you, and that's just her way of accepting you as her best friend and her way of showing love and thank you to you by rubbing on you. In terms of the head, here's what I would do. When you're with her, take your fingers, pet her on the head once, walk away. Leave her wanting. Just walk away. Next time, once again, walk away. Till she starts associating you patting on the head with nothing bad happening. It's what we call counter conditioning. Whatever happened to her to make her fearful of having her head petted, we're going to reverse that, because now when you pet her head, you're going to walk away. Nothing bad's going to happen. It's just going to feel good. And if you want to give her a treat at that point, that's great as well.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll give that a try. Thank you.
What did you... What, no. What did you name the cat, Steve?
Willow.
Willow the cat, now living in beautiful Long Beach, California. What a great call, by the way. Hey, have you had cats before?
I've always had cats, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, if you sound like an incredible guy, Steve, I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you a copy of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want, my best-selling book. I love that book. On its way to you, and I appreciate it. That's why I do this show. This was a cat. He called me up, gave him some advice, took the advice, and now he has a new best friend. Speaking of cats, by the way, some cats are talkers and really do have a lot to say. If you have a cat that talks a lot, give me a call. Other cats don't talk so much. Now, cats only meow every now and then when there's something that they want. A yowl, on the other hand, is a wailing sound, which is not so great. But if your cat is meowing, usually it's a good sign that he wants to be near you. But they especially, how many Siamese cats out there? They do have a big mouth from time to time. Let me do this. Let me take this call right now. Let's go to and then I want to talk about unpredictability and how it affects your dog. So that's really important stuff. But let's go to Boyman, I believe it is, in Los Angeles. Hi, Boyman. Welcome to the Pet Show.
You. Dr. Belm says hello to you, and Jackie wants to say hello. Say hello, Jackie. This is Jackie No. And Jackie No is the first dog to ever spend the night at Southern California Hospital. She spent more than a night there. I got ran over by someone without a license. But anyway, Jackie made Google Super Genius, and she beat out Dave Aaron. And I wanted to send it to you because me and Jackie have been inseparable now for 11 years. And this is Jackie No, named after Jackie O. You are the greatest. You are the greatest. I just want to let you know, I don't say that, I mean that. I'm Kenneth, Boyman. Please give me a Google. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You got me so confused here. You got me so confused. Tell me again why you're calling me, Boyman.
Well, I'm calling to let you know that my dog made Google Super Genius before they became, I don't know how to say this, but before, the Eckstein Island thing with Google and Disney. But my dog, I made Google Super Genius because I was coming up with all these intellectual properties, and I was signed to Dave Aaron, the #1 musical engineer in the world. He's passed away, unfortunately. He went beyond the Rainbow Bridge. Well, he lived in excess.
What Google thing did your cat? What is Google win? Google whatever?
Google did an interview with me because I come up with, I write songs and I do ads. I wrote High School Miserable, and I had a problem with Disney. I want all the actions, and they stole everything. They're just unbelievable. Anyway, Google, before I had a problem with Google stealing my work and this and that with Disney.
But listen, I want you to, I'd love to talk to you more, but I'm running out of time. Can you do me a favor? Send me an email, mail@thepetshow.com. I'm a little confused about what the call was all about, but God, it was an interesting call. Does anyone have an idea? Let me know. Boyman, nice guy, but I don't know why you were calling. I'm confused. A little confused. I'm a little confused about a lot of things. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA. Let me digest that call. I thank you. I appreciate your call. 866-870-5752. I got some open lines if you got a question. I got another 15, 20 minutes to go. We're going to talk about dogs and unpredictability coming up on the show. I'm going to tell you about why it is, people are asking me about, stories that I've gone through in my life as a peace officer, and I'm going to tell you about a story that happened at the time in 1976. Interesting story. We'll talk about that. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA. Quick break, then right back to your calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. Bob, Debbie, we'll get to you in just a second. I want to do a whole piece today on unpredictability and how it affects your dogs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share it on my YouTube channel. Once again, if you're not with me on YouTube, it's free. Check it out. I do share a lot of videos there, short ones, long ones. We have fun. You can check out a lot of great stuff. Just go to youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. I wrote this, I'm showing you, I wrote this 3-page thing, but I'm just going to share the bottom line with you. Many dogs are subjected to unpredictability in their lives, and this can negatively impact them. By establishing a predictable routine, relying on consistent cues, and using positive reinforcement training, it's possible to provide vulnerable dogs with a safe and comfortable environment. That goes for everyone out there who's adopting, and bless you. With more structure and predictability in their daily routines, dogs can finally feel more secure, happy, and well-adjusted. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Now, as I said, on YouTube, I will go into a lot more depth about why dogs that are exposed to unpredictable routines, why they change. So, predictability important. Check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. Let's go to West Hills and Bob first. Hey, Bob, welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
My joy. What's up?
I just tuned in before you talked to Boyman. You said something about you had a book, cats. Something about what do you make cats say or something.
How to get your cat to do what you want.
Yes. How can I get one of those for my wife? She's going out getting a kitten this morning somewhere.
All right. Normally I won't do this. I'm going to send you one, but it's going to take a couple of weeks to get there. But in the meantime, I want you to go to my website and let her check out the kitten information. So I'm going to send you that. But let me tell people, if people want the cat book, How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want, or How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want, both best-selling books, they are available, both by Random House. They're available on my website at thepetshow.com. or if you prefer, they're also available at Amazon. You go to Amazon.com and order either How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want or How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want. But in the interim, Bob, great call. Congratulations
so
on
much.
your new
Thank you.
kid. My pleasure. I'm going to put you on hold, and we'll send you a copy of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want. Let's go to Debbie in Whittier. Hey, Debbie in Whittier, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren. How are you?
I'm doing great, Debbie. How are you?
I am well in the Lord. Thank you for asking. I'll have to check out your Warren Eckstein Facebook page because I have only the Warren Eck, but I couldn't find the Eck.
Yeah, can you come off speakerphone, Debbie?
Yes, I can. It's just easier for my nerve damage to not hold. Anyway, hi. So my boy, Shadrach, he kicks backwards when he's smelling, when he's walking, smelling pee in the tree and the grass. And why does he do that? Or sometimes
there's a couple of reasons for it. Okay.
Is it a victory thing?
It could be a victory. It could be something else. Usually, when dogs have scent glands on the bottom of their feet, so it's not uncommon for a dog that sniffs where another dog's been, another dog peed, another dog pooped, another dog rubbed, whatever. It's not unusual, and even after a dog poops, they'll kick up to spread their scent even further. So it's a way of. It's kind of like a couple of different things. Number one, if you're into the internet, it's kind of like Googling for your dog. He's letting everyone else know that he's around. He's putting his scent there. Or it's kind of like leaving his business card. Here I am. So yeah, it's very, very common. Dogs have scent glands on the bottom of their feet. So we call it, very often it's called the duty dance because they usually do it right after they poop to spread the scent all over the place. But that's the reason. That's the reason.
Cute. And then I egg him on. I'm like, kick, 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 kick. And he just keeps on doing it. And he's just like, so cute. But anyway.
But now that I gave you the positive side of it, there's also certain dogs that have been attacked by other dogs or dogs that have had abusive situations that will use the covering up of their scent rather than the spreading of their scent. So it can work either way. For the most part, it's usually a dog spreading their scent, but other dogs that might have been injured, hurt, abused, or whatever, sometimes it's just a matter of covering it up for them.
Well, he's been that too, remember? He's came off the streets of, Skid Row. So,
but he's happy now. He's happy now.
Oh, my goodness. I've had him for 7 or something years, 6.5 years. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's my best little buddy.
Would you recommend other people that sometimes they kind of hesitate to adopt a dog off the streets or from a shelter, but if you take the time, you put in the effort, they turn out to be incredible, good family members?
I don't want a dog anywhere else but like there. I've always adopted from a shelter, or if they, I found them on the street and I can't find their home. Sometimes I do find their home, and sometimes I don't want to give them back to the home that looks like they came from because I feel like they've been abused, but you have to. Yes, please, take these dogs out of the shelters and off the street, you guys, please. And they're the most amazing dogs. That's all almost all I've ever had.
Well,
I've had Afghans that people have given me and things.
Afghan dogs?
Yes, I've had some.
One of my favorite breeds in the whole wide world.
I wouldn't mind having another one, but
let me tell you something about Afghans, okay? People don't think they're smart. They're so smart they convince people that they're not smart. The number one Afghan that ever lived in the United States was owned by a woman named Sunny Shea. It was the only Afghan that ever won Best in Show at Westminster Kennel Club many years ago. And I worked with all of her dogs. I got them all ready for the shows and different things. I'm a big Afghan fan. Anyway, listen, thank you for taking... Did I send you something last time we spoke?
Yeah, it's been quite a while, but then I do have something else to say. But what can I do about him pulling me? Because I'm injured, and he pulls when we walk, and it doesn't make it a happy time.
You have to teach him how to walk properly on a leash.
I know.
Maybe you should, well,
but I can't seem to do that.
It's not a matter of pulling him back. It's a matter of kind of... Do you have a copy of the dog book?
I do not.
Well, you do. Now, I'm putting you on hold. I'm sending you a copy of How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. Generally, I don't like to give away a couple of gifts. But anyway, it's on its way to you. Read the chapter on healing and pulling. I think that's going to guide you a little bit further. But just remember, when a dog is pulling you, the biggest mistake you can make is to pull the dog back. It becomes a tug of war, and nobody wins. Lock your fingers together. Pull your right hand one way. Automatically, your left hand's going to fight you. That's what the dog does. So teaching the dog how to walk properly is a lot better than getting into a tug of war situation. Quick break, then right back to you. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. Only have a couple of minutes left. A couple of things I wanted to run by you. Number one is of probably so many cats wind up at shelters because of litter box issues or scratching issues. And so I want to take a minute or two to talk to you about scratching cats. And I think this is real important because so many people that have cats love their cats, but you can go into the house and you can tell when they throw something over their couch or their chair that you know they have a cat that's scratching their household. Now, scratching posts and scratching pads are great for cats. I love them. They come in many different shapes, sizes, configurations, and materials. One of the things that I recommend that you do is try to entice your cats with catnip and toys. Now, I've always said this before, but not all cats respond to catnip. 1/3 of all cats don't have a catnip gene and are not going to respond to it, but you can try it. I prefer organic catnip. In fact, growing some catnip plants for them as well. And if you notice your cat is scratching, people yell at the cat, stop it, knock it off, wait till daddy comes home. Use positive reinforcements to encourage your cat to scratch something good rather than focusing on your cat scratching something bad. Keep their nails trimmed. That's really, really important. And you can, in really extreme cases, you can use some double stick tape in the areas where they're scratching. Change and rotate their toys. Cats like to explore. Cardboard boxes and paper bags can make all the difference in the world. Just a reminder that when I get off the air here, I do my National Armed Forces radio show, goes all over the U.S., Canada, and pretty much the world. Let me give you that phone number in case you're out there. You have an opportunity to call. That phone number is 877, also toll free, 877-725-8255. 877-725-8255. I just want to thank you all for listening to the Pet Show. Together we've been doing it over 45 years. And thank you for checking out the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund. I am so pleased. My heart is so filled with happiness from you guys helping me to help all these small mom and pops. These people call me and contact me every day. They're in dire straits, and the only one that can help them is you. And you and I working together, we can make a difference for thousands of pets and thousands of small mom and pop groups all across the country. Check out hugsandskissesanimalfund.org or go to my website, thepetshow.com, and click on Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund there. Till next week, give all your pets a big hug and a kiss for you, a special hug and a kiss right between the ears for me. I'm Warren Eckstein, and thank you, really, thank you for listening to The Pet Show.